Hi, I'm Shay Collard, currently studying Bachelor of Exercise and Sports Science. And one of the requirements of this course is that I understand good nutrition and how that impacts on athletic performance. I've always liked preparing and eating healthy food because I've been a very active person from a young age. So I've needed to make sure that I'm fueling my body correctly for the sports that I've played. I'd ideally like to become a strength and conditioning specialist, so having a good knowledge of nutrition and being able to consider my clients' food intake and whether that will help them meet their performance goals is going to be an important part of my work. When I was very young, my family didn't have a lot of money, so my mum used to cook with my sister and I as a fun activity to do. We would make our own little healthy snacks like muesli slices instead of buying processed and pre-packaged ones. As we got older, we learned how to cook some basic, healthy meals and were always involved in planning and preparing our school lunches. For example, our family makes schnitzels ourselves for dinner, using better quality meat as it's healthier than pre-packaged ones. We still try and plan and prepare meals as much as possible together, but because of our different schedules and the skills that I've learned, I'm now able to prepare myself healthy meals without relying on other people. My family aren't religious people, so religion has never really played a big part in our food choices. My mum's family is English and Irish, so most of my diet growing up included common Australian food choices influenced by that background. For example, my favourite meal is a typical meat and 3 veg, which is a good quality steak, potatoes and steamed vegetables. It's a simple and nutritious meal and quick to prepare when I'm coming home from gym or training. It's also got a good range of micro and macronutrients, and I always put extra virgin olive oil on my steamed vegetables as it's a good source of healthy fats. I probably learned this from my Italian stepdad, who has been in my life since I was in primary school and has had a major influence on my diet. Italian food is known for using simple, quality ingredients, and it's not uncommon for recipes to have no more than 4 or 5 of them. Another one of my favourite meals, which is also nutritious and quick to prepare, is pasta broccoli, which only has 3 ingredients. Also, his parents came from 2 different regions of Italy, and the types of food they eat depend on the region that they are from. His mother taught him to cook, and she is from the Abruzzo region. So meat, pasta and vegetables are the main ingredients used in our family's diet today, just like they were for her. His dad is from Naples, so that probably influences our family's love for a good, simple homemade pizza. Naples is known for being the birthplace of pizza, particularly the margherita, which is one of my favourites, and we always have the ingredients for that at home. Our family's budget has always allowed us to prioritise our health and afford good quality food. When our budget's tighter, for whatever reason, we rely more on lower cost but nutritious staple foods. For example, we might have more vegetarian meals or bulk up a bolognese sauce using mushrooms or lentils to reduce how much we are spending on meat. I also live in a double income family, so having both parents working and only one sibling means we don't have to stretch our budget too far to accommodate a lot of people. I've also been working since I was 14, so I have my own money to afford whatever I want that's not already in the house. I've always lived within walking distance from big supermarkets, so having access to a wide range of foods, including fresh produce, has never been an issue for me. At 16, I started working in the produce department at Woolworths, so my knowledge of fruit and vegetables and how people prepare and cook with them has grown heaps in the past few years. My family all go to the gym regularly and have good access to walking trails, sporting grounds and parks in our local area. Our environment helps us to have an active and healthy lifestyle, so supporting each other to eat healthy is a natural extension of that. Because of this, I've naturally gravitated towards people with similar values around health and fitness, and most of my friends play sport and exercise regularly. It's really common for our social activities to revolve around exercising together, playing sports, or catching up for a meal that is probably healthier than what most people my age usually eat. We do have fast food every so often, but it's seen more as a treat rather than a regular part of our diet. In terms of social media, like most of my peers, I'm easily influenced by the images and information that I get from the people and pages that I follow. I do get ideas about nutrition, health and fitness, but I've always been encouraged both from my parents and school to think critically about the information that I'm exposed to. For example, I wouldn't follow a diet or an exercise program or buy supplements or other products that they were promoting unless it was backed up by good research and evidence. My food preferences are usually based on the activities I have planned for the day and the time I have to prepare meals. I would normally eat about 3 to 4 small meals every day with healthy snacks in between, as I find that works best for me to maintain my energy throughout the day. I usually start the day with a good mix of protein and carbohydrates, and some of my favourite meals to have are eggs on toast or overnight oats. As I mentioned earlier, I do like having good quality meat as a source of protein with fresh vegetables. All my meals include good quality complex carbohydrates like legumes, rice, and pasta. On the days that I have long workouts planned or training, I would probably increase the amount of carbohydrates I'm having. My education has helped me make informed decisions about my diet, and my knowledge of nutrition developed at an early age due to my interest and involvement in sport. In high school classes like physical education and food studies, I learned about things such as cultural influences on our diet and the body's energy systems and how to properly fuel our bodies for exercise. When I've competed in representative sports, I've been encouraged to take my nutrition seriously, and I've been lucky enough to have one-on-one consultations with the team's dietitians to receive expert advice about preparation and recovery for games. Doing this assignment has been a really valuable experience for me in terms of learning about how my family's history, resources, and access to food has impacted on my diet. I've realised I've been privileged enough to be raised in a family that values and prioritises health and physical activity. It's also a privilege to be able to afford good quality food that is consistent with our family's culture and is easily available in our local community. I've become more aware of the importance of education and how that influences our food choices. I was lucky enough to start being educated at a young age about how those choices affect my health and my performance in school and in sport, and have been able to continue this learning throughout TAFE and university. I've learnt about what health literacy means and now know how important that is for me to take into account when discussing nutrition with my clients. In future, when I'm working with someone to create a dietary plan, I need to make sure that I consider their cultural background, religious beliefs, affordability, and availability of food in that plan.